Hi guys, welcome back to Sailing Avalon Sunset YouTube channel. Much appreciated for stopping by as well as checking out our video. Thank you so much and we really appreciate it. So today we're going to be talking about how to utilize some of the leftover materials from your little boats projects, as well as saving a couple of dollars by using those materials. So part of the winterization of our boat was to put moisture absorbent material onto the boat, so there's not too much dampness as well as moisture that's being pretty much exposed in the air on that boat throughout the winter season, and then in the spring just before it gets put in the water. So we decided to go with leftover bottles from antifreeze, marine antifreeze. We just basically cut those two bottles in half, leaving the top portion to serve as a holding container, and then the bottom portion as the container where the water is going to be sitting. It's very efficient, and we believe also a budget solution to create a moisture absorbent container. So the top portion is going to be used to store or hold the material, the moisture absorbent material that you guys are going to be using. I'm going to put a link of the moisture absorbent material that we've chose to use, for example. You'll need some basic tools such as a cordless drill, maybe a couple of drill bits. Use your judgment when you're going to be drilling the holes into the cap of the bottle. That cap is going to be designed to hold the moisture absorbent balls in order for the water that's going to be absorbed by the chemical, by that material, to be able to drip all the way to the bottom, to the second section of the bottle. So that's very important, not to make the holes too big and not too small. We've made about maybe half a dozen to a dozen holes. I'll put up the size of the drill bit up in the corner of the video just to give you an idea of what we went through. It's fairly straightforward. Just make sure when you drill the holes, you're drilling them on a soft surface, so as soon as your drill bit goes through, you don't break it, especially if you were planning to drill it, for example, on concrete or asphalt. That's not going to be a great idea. So we've did it on the ground where there's no gravel. Of course, we cleared up a little spot. So as soon as you've done that, you can put the cap back onto the funnel shape portion of the bottle and take a look whether or not it's going to be suitable for you. So here's an example of a bottle that we've been using. It's the pink antifreeze that you guys poured into your winter for the winterization of the boat, and the cap is straightforward, comes on the top of the bottle. So don't throw any of it out. You can definitely reuse it and do something more or less on a budget to hold the moisture material. So the question is, why do we even bother doing this? And the simple answer is cost. In all honesty, you can probably save quite a bit of money by not buying the whole setup of the moisture absorbent material with the containers that they come with, simply because it's a little bit more expensive from what we've experienced. Again, I'm not going to go into pricing. I don't want to assess or judge any companies that's out there, but if you get the raw product, for example, in the packages the way we've done it, you can definitely save a couple of bucks here and there and put the money towards even simple things on the boat, maybe changing a couple of things or getting a wax or a polish or something else, right? Boat ownership is expensive, so again, we're trying to give you some ideas where you can cut some costs as well as reinvest it into another boat project. So this is the final look of what it's gonna pretty much look like once you cut the holes and have the cone shaped part of the bottle ready to go. Just make sure it doesn't fall through the second part or the base of the bottle. So again, be very careful when you cut it. Don't cut it too much, which means if you cut it way too close to the top of the bottle and the cone shaped part is going to be too small or too short, it's going to fall into the base. So I'll give you a little kind of overview in a second. Then you can also use a little bit of tape, or we've used on some of our bottles some rope. So we drill 2 holes on the sides and we tie the 2 pieces together so it doesn't fall through, or if it falls through, it just doesn't tip over and doesn't spill all of the chemical materials all over the place. And here's an example. What's the lesson learned that we got from this?
I don't have a lesson. These are all Frankenstein projects. There's like version 1, version 2, and version 3. Sorry people, ghetto fabulous here.
The lesson learned is when you cut it, is to cut it as far as possible. So this is a bit too short, right? Yeah, so go a little bit further out, right? So when you're cutting it, probably go to about here. Yeah, make a bigger cone instead of cutting it right to the edge where we've done the first 2 times. So the 3rd time, we even had a little brim on the side. So the larger you make, the better it is.
You ready for the slowest pour ever? Easy going. Done?